Good morning, dear student friends. Welcome to online class. Yesterday we are already discussed about the dihybrid cross, that is law of independent assortment. The statement of independent assortment is whenever crossing involving between the two parents having two or more pair of contrasting characters brought together in a hybrid, they are independently distributed or assorted during the time of gamete formation. And the best example for the law of independent assortment is a dihybrid cross. And dihybrid cross, in that we took, there are the two pair of contrasting characters, like one is round with yellow and another one is the wrinkle with the green seed. Those homozygous plants which are undergo to crossing with each other, they gives the heterozygous round with the yellow plant. Their genotypes are capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. They undergo to selfing, means self crossing, yield. There are 16 offsprings which are mentioned in a 4 into 4 a square, what is called as a Punnett square. In that we are mentioned. So which shows there are the phenotypic and genotypic ratio of dihybrid cross is, the phenotypic ratio is 9:3:3:1 and the genotypic ratio is 1:2:2:4:1:2:1:2:1. So that's complete the Mendelian laws. 3 laws we are already completed. One is law of dominance, second one is the law of segregation, and third one is the law of independent assortment. Let us study. Today we are going to discuss about the what is gene interaction, how the genes are undergo to interact. See, in this gene interaction we are supposed to study the Mendelian deviations. Mendelian footforth, there are the 3 theories like law of dominance, segregation and independent assortment. All those laws are having some deviations in that. They are not applicable to all the organisms. So in the year of 1900, the 3 persons who are rediscovered the Mendelian laws or Mendelian deviations, though are Correns, Sechermark, and another person is Hugo de Vries. Correns, Sechermark, and another person is Hugo de Vries. So these 3 persons were introduced. There are several theories. In that they explained how the genes exactly they are undergo to interaction. Let us study the gene interaction here. See the diagrammatic representation here. I mentioned in this slide only some of the diagrams here. Don't think it is a simple one diagram. It is not a diagram. Actually, in that there are so many numbers of genes, they are interacted to one another. There are different colored genes are present here. They are interact elsewhere. They are moving elsewhere in a different way, and they show the different colors also. That is what the structure of what gene interaction, how the genes which are undergo to interact. Before studying of this gene interaction, we well known about the genes. Where exactly genes are present? Genes are present in the region of DNA. Of course, the DNA is present in chromosome. Chromosomes are present in the nucleus. Nucleus is present in the cell. So we going to study about the gene means they are present in the DNA. Remember, the DNA is consist of many segments of smaller units, what are called as genes. Genes are nothing but a structural functional unit of heredity. Let us study how these genes are undergo to interact. See, what is gene interaction? The phenomena of two or more genes, the phenomena of two or more genes affecting the expression of each other, expression of each other in various ways, in various ways in the development of a single character of an organism is known as a gene interaction. I am telling here the phenomena of two or more genes, either two genes or more than two genes affecting the expression of the other in various ways, expression of each other in various ways in the development of a single character of an organism, which is known as the gene interaction, right? See, the Mendelian genetics does not does not explain all kinds of inheritance, for which the phenotypic ratio in some cases are different from Mendelian ratios 3:1 for monohybrid cause and 9:3:3:1 for the dihybrid cause. So it is a different thing. This is because sometimes a particular allele may be partially or equally dominant. Particular allele, in that they are partially or that is equally dominant. For example, capital T and small t, in that capital T only expressive in nature as per the Mendelian. But here the Mendelian deviations, but in the gene interaction somehow some of the genes are also transferred from the small t also. So during that time it expresses intermediate or that is a partially or equal dominant to the other, or due to existence of more than two alleles, or due to lethal alleles. These kinds of genetic interaction between the alleles of single gene are referred as allelic or intra-allelic interaction. Allelic gene interaction or intra-allelic gene interaction. And non-allelic or inter-allelic interactions also occur where the development of single character is due to two or more genes affecting the expression of each other in various ways. The expression which is varies, expression of each other in various ways by affecting the two or more genes for a single character, what is called as a non-allelic or inter-allelic gene interaction. Thus, the expression of gene is not independent of each other and dependent on the presence or absence of the other gene or genes. These kind of deviations from Mendelian one gene one trait concept is known as a factor hypothesis or interaction of genes. So this is also called as a factor hypothesis. This kind of deviations from the Mendelian one gene one trait concept is known as a factor hypothesis, or it is also called as an interaction of genes. It is very simple thing, affecting the two or more genes affecting the expression of each other in various ways in the development of a single character of an organism, what is known as a gene interaction, which is also known as a factor hypothesis. That is a one gene one trait concept is called as a factor hypothesis, or it is also called as an interaction of genes. So these interaction of genes, there are two kinds of interaction of genes. One is allelic gene interaction, or it is also called as intra-allelic gene interaction, and another one is the non-allelic gene interaction, which is also called as a inter-allelic interaction. See, these are the two types of gene interaction. Gene interaction are classified as follows on the basis of the manner in which the concerned gene influence the expression of a gene action. The action of gene concerned with the gene influence. So those which are classified into two types. One is allelic gene interaction and another one is the non-allelic gene interaction. Allelic gene interaction is also called as intra-allelic gene interaction, and non-allelic gene interaction is also called as inter-allelic gene interaction. In that, the first one is allelic gene interaction. The alleles of the same gene, I am telling here, alleles of the same gene interact in such a way that produce a new character. When alleles of the same genes which are interact, alleles of the same genes, they are undergo to interact in such a way that they produces the new character. They produce the new character. Then it is called as a allelic gene interaction. In that there are the two different examples. One is incomplete dominance or bending inheritance, and another one is there, that is the codominance, and one more is also there, that is the multiple allelism, but it is not mentioned in your syllabus. There are only two examples for the allelic gene interactions. One is incomplete dominance, it is also called as a bending inheritance. What is incomplete dominance? A dominant allele may not completely suppress other allele. Other allele refers to what? It is a recessive allele, so which is not completely suppressed. Hence, a heterozygote is phenotypically distinguishable. Phenotypically, it is distinguishable from either homozygotes. Either it is a dominant or it is a recessive. In that they are a distinguishable character which is appearance. The intermediate character or intermediate phenotype which is occurred in the crossing of two parents, in that the dominant allele may not completely suppress other allele. This is complete. It is not completely suppressed means what? It is a incomplete, and it is a bending. Incomplete dominance, or it is also called as a bending inheritance. Then example for this incomplete dominance, I think you know the familiar example, that is the one is a snapdragon and another one is the Mirabilis jalapa. Then the cross between pure breed red flowered, either the Mirabilis jalapa or the snapdragon, which bears there are the two different colored flowers. Those are homozygous red and another one is the homozygous white as such. Red is a dominant character and white is a recessive. So it is a recessive, or other it is also dominant character, whatever it may be. At the time of they are crossing, they yield a hybrid which shows a different character. So the showing different character is nothing but what? There is an intermediate character which is occurred at the time of when the crossing between the two parents, which shows the another kind of law, that is called as a law of incomplete dominance. It is in snapdragon or Mirabilis jalapa, the cross between pure breed red flowers, capital RR, and white flowered small rr plants yields pink flowered F1 hybrid, that is shown that capital R small r plants. So deviation from the parental phenotype, that is intermediate of the two parents. It is an intermediate because of, as per the law of dominance, if the red flower is crossed with the white flower, no, so which is also shows the red. But here the intermediate color is occurred due to because of they are equally sharing their genes. It is refers to what? The dominant allele may not be completely suppressed the recessive or another allele or another what is called as a genotype. See, that is intermediate of the two parents. When F1 plants are self-fertilized, once we get the F1 generation, that F1 generation is a pink color flowers, which their genotypes are capital R and small r. When F1 plants are self-fertilized, the F2 progeny shows three classes of plants in the ratio. Of one is one red, in that homozygous red it is, and two pink, they are heterozygous condition, and another one is white, that is homozygous in condition. Instead of 3:1, we get the 1:2:1. Here the phenotypic and genotypic ratios are same, which is shown in diagrammatic representation of this incomplete dominance. See here there are the two flowers, one is red flower and another one is the white flower, so which they shows their genotypes like capital R and small r. In the F1 generation, all the flowers from these plants are pink color, and when they are undergo to selfing, F1 is crossed with again F1 self crossing, which yields the F2 generation. In this F2 generation, one is red and another two are pink and one more is the white, which shows their genotypes are again 1:2:1 and their phenotypic ratio is also 1:2:1. Therefore, a F1 dihybrid showing incomplete dominance for both the characters will segregate in F2 into 1:2:1 is crossed with the 1:2:1. Means we goes the Punnett chart, so which shows the ratios like 1:2:1 2:4 2:1 2:1. This is refers to what? The F1 dihybrid. I am telling here the F1 dihybrid showing incomplete dominance for the both characters will segregate in F2. I am telling here the dihybrid cause. So it is the monohybrid cause. If you are going to dihybrid cause, which shows again there is a different type of genotypes as compared to the dihybrid cause of Mendelian. So we are concluding, you peoples, how the Mendelians are having some of the wrongs or some of the deviations in that his experiment. That is, it is not applicable for all the organisms, but anyhow the organisms which are carries the genes, they are expressive in nature, some of them are non-expressive in nature. How they are non-expressive means they are masked because of there are the certain theories. So in that here we go to the gene interaction here. And F1 dihybrid complete dominance, I am telling you complete dominance of F1 hybrid for one trait and incomplete dominance of another trait will be segregate in F2 into 3:1 into 1:2:1, which gives the phenotypic ratio is 3:6:3:1. This is what the dihybrid cross which are showing the different intermediate characters in the F1 and also F2 generation. This is all about the allelic gene interaction. In that the first one example, that is the incomplete dominance. Tomorrow class I will continue the codominance, how it is takes place by allelic gene interaction. Thank you.